The breakdown you're about to watch is brought to you by We Want Picks Premium Membership. Premium membership gets you all sorts of exclusive content, early bets, fantasy tools, and betting guides. Check it out now, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. Get ahead of these betting lines and get access to all of the tools now with an optimizer. We have a DraftKings optimizer available to you at the same low price of $10 a month. That's $2.50 a week. You get all of our bets early, all of our fantasy content early. You get betting tools and now a DraftKings optimizer, DraftKings ownership, and everything you need to build now up to 150 lineups with just a few clicks. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. All right, $10 a month. You have one good week. You pay for the whole year. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. And as always, if you want $50, all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. I'll send you $50.
And Chimaev wins. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been We Want Picks. Don't forget. But I'm serious.
Yeah, I mean, we still got to break it down. And we'll talk about the odds in a second. Next up at UFC 279, we have Khamzat Chimaev taking on Nate Diaz. Khamzat Chimaev 11-0. Undefeated, coming off the first decision of his career, and he's taking on Nate Diaz. 20-13, 2-3 in his last 5. He is coming off that loss to Leon Edwards over a year ago. Khamzat Chimaev is one of the most popular fighters on the planet right now. His Instagram, I forget how many followers. He has many millions of followers, and this dude has only been a thing for about a year and a half, 2 years. It's incredible what he's done. Everybody knows him. Everybody likes him. And it seems like everybody wants to train with him as well. He has very good wrestling, very good grappling, very good ground and pound, legit hands. He sets an incredible pace, and he's always hitting you with something. He's got that Khabib-style chain wrestling and then that added layer of striking.
4.1 million.
That's insane. Yeah, considering how quickly that all happened for him. He has 5 fights in the UFC, and he managed to get through the first 4 of them with only being punched one time in 4 fights. He's coming off that absolute war with Gilbert Burns where he had 2 takedowns, a knockdown, but he landed fewer total strikes. And regardless of if you think he won or not, because a lot of people think Gilbert Burns won, my issue in that fight was actually that Khamzat didn't wrestle more. He's in a striking battle in the second round, third round, not necessarily winning, and he isn't wrestling. He only had 2 takedowns. He could have had 60 if he wanted. But we finally got to see him go to a decision and see what he's like. The cardio wasn't as legendary as they say it is, but it was an incredible fight, and he did show us how tough he is. And Nate Diaz is an absolute legend who did the sport his way. And I'm talking past tense. This is his last fight on his UFC contract. 0% chance he stays with the UFC. Even if he beats Chimaev, he won't stay with the UFC. There's way more money to be made outside of this. He's beaten legends like Donald Cerrone, Jim Miller, Conor McGregor, and Anthony Pettis. He is a high-volume striker with incredible cardio, BJJ black belt. But that jiu-jitsu, it's really there if he ends up getting taken down. I think every single one of us is on the same page. Khamzat's going to win, but we'll all be rooting for Diaz. I don't know anybody who genuinely thinks Nate Diaz is going to win, like that isn't just saying it, hoping, or thinking that they can pretend that they're a genius later. But, Khamzat's going to win this fight. If he does end up just standing there for 25 minutes, well then, yeah, he could actually have a couple issues there because Nate Diaz has insane volume. But I think this actually, if Khamzat wants to grapple, he's just going to destroy Nate Diaz. If he wants to stand in front of him, I think it's going to look like the BMF belt fight. Khamzat's going to touch him up. Nate's face is going to crumble as the Diaz brothers do, and there'll be a TKO there. So Khamzat Chimaev is obviously the pick. These odds, I did this graphic today at like 2 p.m., minus 1,600. What are his odds now?
Oh, I don't know. Let me do the work for you, Angelo. Per usual,
they're moving fast.
Per usual, minus 1,600. Yeah, they're moving fast.
They move. Well, the takedown prop bet for BetOnline is minus 3,000. So, what do you think, Jakey boy? Khamzat wins and we're done?
Yeah, I think obviously Chimaev is going to win this fight, but the issue is going to be, and I think for a lot of people, is how's the fight going to go? When's it going to be over? I think the round line's at 1.5. The over under is probably going to be the most hotly debated topic of this matchup, and I'm going to play the under. I'm going to play the under for the reason that Chimaev is a very self-aware fighter. He went into that Burns matchup, and if you listen to the UFC countdown for this fight, he talked about, listen, I knew I could just dominate that fight if I wanted to. I could just take Burns down and just do what I normally do. But I wanted a war. I wanted a war, and I wanted to stand. I wanted to try to knock this dude out. And he said, his coaches were like, listen, he did his thing. We were telling him, don't do it. But he knew what he was doing. He wanted to make sure, he wanted to try and prove a point in that matchup that I can stand, hang on my feet, and try to knock this dude out. I think he does the same thing in this matchup for the opposite way. Meaning, I think he tries to prove a point in the fact that everyone says Nate Diaz only been finished once. Nobody can finish the most durable guy in the UFC, the warrior, the gangster. I think he tries to absolutely prove a point by getting Nate Diaz out as quickly as he can. Because there would be nothing more impressive. Everyone has beat up Nate for 5 rounds. That's what everyone does. They just beat up Nate. They beat up Nate. He's bleeding. He's bloody. And then Nate has his little moment at the end. I think for Khamzat to come out and really show, not that his star, as you mentioned, 4 million followers, his star is already big, but for his star to go to a next level, if he can get Nate Diaz, the guy nobody puts away, out in the first round, that would really show, holy shit, is this guy on an absolute next level. I think that's exactly what he does. He does what he's been doing up to that Gilbert Burns fight. He goes in, shoots that underneath blast double, gets him to the ground, and just tries to put this dude away as fast as he can. And honestly, if he wants to do that versus Nate, I think he absolutely can do that versus Nate, because that ground and pound is just going to be absolutely relentless. He's going to split him open, and the ref is going to have no choice but to stop this fight. I'm not going to say he's going to flatline Nate, but there's just going to be so much carnage that Herb Dean is going to have to be like, oh, I'm sure it's probably going to be Herb Dean. Herb's going to be like, yo, Nate, you got to do something, Nate. Come on, Nate. You got to do something. And he's going to have to stop this fight. I love Chimaev. I love him in the first round. I think he's here to prove a point in this matchup, and I think he gets it done easily in the first round.
As much as we want to see a war, because that's fun, and I actually want Nate to leave the UFC, go fight Jake Paul. I want him to go do that stuff because I still want to see him compete, but he can't hang with the upper echelon guys in the division. So let's watch some fun fights, right? I'll watch the hell out of Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. I would love that. And that's very possible whether Jake wins or loses.
Go to PFL and beat the shit out of Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible.
That's what everyone else does. Jesus, Anthony, you lost me so much money. Makes me sick, Anthony. Bitch.
What is interesting is you mentioned how durable Nate is, 100%, but the round line is low. It's a 1.5. It's a low round line. And then this Monkey Knife Fight strike line is low too. I like the over on both. I do think, I don't think it's this 2-second decimation. I think Khamzat is buying into his own hype, and I don't think he's going to go get the takedown. I'm going to murder this dude. I think it's more like, I'll strike with him. Let's have some fun. Oh, I'm the happiest guy in the world. And I think that's what it's going to be. Smiling.
If you watch that countdown, you watched him bet, I think there's definitely been a tone that has switched. He wants to prove, because I think he takes a lot of disrespect in the fact, and he talks about it in the thing. He's like, listen, these people talk about I'm a gangster. I grew up on the streets. He's like, you didn't grow up where I grew up. We're hunting for food. We don't know what the hell our next. I mean, it is war-torn Chechnya, and you're talking about I grew up on the streets. I am the gangster in this matchup. I had the tough childhood in this matchup, and I think he really wants to try and prove a point, man.
I honestly hope so. It's so much better for everything. If Khamzat destroys Nate Diaz, he's obviously expected to, but if it's just absolute decimation, that's better for everything. Welterweight's way more exciting. If it's a Gilbert Burns style fight, that's a ton of fun. Wow, that was great. And $80 worth it. But it doesn't do anything for the division, because then the next day you'll be like, dude, he barely beat Gilbert, barely beat Nate. We're gonna give this guy a title, So, well, I guess we'll see. Well, I'll watch it. That's what we do. But should be a beating. I just don't think it's quite the immediate beating that you do. Any parting words for the people?
I think that I'm going to go live tomorrow night for Contender Series. So stay tuned for that. I think we're gonna probably open some cards in between fights and stuff. Well, if you guys are enjoying the contender series, we'll do that. Lock of the week video is Wednesday. I've seen a ton of comments. Who's Jacob's lock of the week? Who's Jacob's lock of the week? People are guessing this. It is announced officially every Wednesday on my own video, so stay tuned for that. Going for 10 in a row. I've got it dialed in. I literally haven't chosen yet. So if somebody says this is Jacob's lock of the week, that's news to me because I haven't picked the lock of the week yet. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you like the stream before you go, guys. Become a premium member because that D-Rod poster, become a premium member after the video is over. Remember, if you commented in the live chat, that's not a comment on the video. So after the video is done and over and uploaded, whatever, comment on the video, like the video to be entered to win that D-Rod poster. Again, thank you, Jesse, Jesse is, you and Joey T are just from day one, too. These guys have been here for day one. We appreciate all the support. And everyone that joins in the live stream, even if you guys are not members or whatever, we still appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the views, all the comments. Ansel doesn't really like, but I appreciate all you guys because I'm the people's champ in this motherfucker. So we appreciate you guys, and that's oh, now we gotta say we can't we can't cuss in the last 30 seconds, right? So now we gotta keep talking. And
Is it really do that? I know it's like the first 30. Anyway,
I thought it was the first and the last, but
yeah. I have no idea. But thanks for the watch, guys. Become a premium member.